What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Really short second video of the day today. I'm just going to go over these patch notes that Raven just released and talk about what I think they're going to do. Obviously, we don't have all the details yet, but they've released the patch notes for the update tomorrow, and they look pretty promising to me, so I'm just going to go through them really quickly. The AK-47 Cold War, they say they're adjusting the gun kick. I think when they say gun kick, that means visual recoil, potentially. I don't know. It just seems to kind of fit with that. They don't really say what they're going to do to the recoil. They just say it's going to behave more closely than other 7.62 caliber weaponry. So we'll have to wait and see what that actually means. They nerfed the Fara 83 pretty hard. I don't really know why. It wasn't, in my opinion, OP before. They've reduced the max damage down from 29 to 25. That's a big change. Minimum damage was decreased from 25 to 23. Headshot multiplier was increased, and neck shot multiplier was increased, and upper torso multiplier was increased. So basically, they reduced the base damage, but increased the benefit to hitting all those more difficult shot locations like chest, neck, and head, which I actually really like. I don't know why a few patches ago they removed so many of those multipliers from the chest and things. That kind of really differentiated certain guns. So we'll have to see how this works out too in actual TTKs once this patch comes out tomorrow. But I like the change. I like going back to more skilled shot locations. Krig 6 finally is getting another nerf. They're increasing the recoil and reducing the neck shot multiplier. I think this is a good change. It doesn't need a huge adjustment right now. Just a little bit more recoil, and this next shot multiplier is going to really be a nice change for it, and hopefully will balance it pretty well. It just completely depends on how much they increase the recoil, so we'll obviously test that tomorrow. QBZ, again, is the other low recoil dominant AR right now. So the recoil is increased slightly, and recoil dampening enabled. I don't even know what that means. But we'll have to see. We'll just test it when it comes out and see what it feels like and get the information out there for you on that. And then OTS 9, obviously, I've made a million videos about the OTS. The OTS is massively overpowered right now. Like, nothing even comes close to it in terms of an SMG. And a big part of that was the neck shot multiplier being exactly the same as the headshot. That gives you a huge hitbox when the gun already had dominant TTKs everywhere. So they said they increased the recoil slightly here. The maximum damage was decreased from 34 to 31. The minimum damage decreased from 20 to 21. Or increased, sorry, from 20 to 21. So at range, it's going to be a little bit better now. Headshot multiplier was increased from 1.35 to 1.52. So they're actually giving it a bigger headshot multiplier. But they removed the neck shot multiplier entirely. And this makes a lot more sense. Most of the other SMGs don't even have a neck multiplier. So this is going to bring it much more in line with the other SMGs. I think even with these numbers, it's still going to be really good. It completely depends on how much they increase the recoil, obviously. If it has crazy recoil, then it might not be that good. But even SMGs with a lot of recoil tend to be okay because you're fighting so much up close that the recoil is not a big deal no matter how strong it is. So I still think the OTS is going to be a top tier SMG after these changes. But we'll have to see how it plays out with the recoil changes. The Tech 9, maximum damage decreased from 26 to 24. Minimum damage decreased from 24 to 22. So they basically nerfed the damage values for the Tech 9, but increased the neck multiplier up to 1.1. I'm not sure if they're talking about the automatic version of the gun, the burst version of the gun, or the single shot version of the gun. I'll test all three tomorrow when it launches. I just talked about this before, but I really like having chest shot multipliers and neck shot multipliers. So I like to see this change where you're rewarded for hitting very targeted shots towards the neck and head. Light machine gun alpha. I don't know what this is. I'll go look at that and come back and talk about it after that. And then tactical rifle Charlie, I believe, is the Modern Warfare or the Cold War AUG. So the burst AUG. They have decreased the recoil again slightly. After the last patch, they decreased the recoil on that patch, and it still wasn't very good. So maybe with this one, we'll see a little bit more of the AUG sneaking back into potentially being usable again. Really, I think the M16 was better than it after this last patch, so maybe with this change, it'll be more competitive with the M16, which is usable again. It's not anywhere near what it used to be, but it is usable. But I just wanted to go through these patch notes again. I'm going to go look at Light Machine Gun Alpha and make sure I know which gun that is before I talk about it. So I just went and confirmed. I thought this was true, but I just wanted to make sure that the LMG Alpha for Black Ops Cold War is the Stoner, so Stoner 63. It says they adjusted the recoil and adjusted the gun kick. Again, I think recoil is actual physical recoil, and I think gun kick is visual recoil. Raise interrupt time increased from 0.8 to 1 second. I don't even know what that means. So we'll just have to use it and see what these different things change about the gun. Before with that 4X, it had really good controllable recoil like I showed in my meta video like 3 days ago. The 3x was harder to control. 2x was better than the 3x, and then the 4x had like no horizontal bounce or twistiness of the visual recoil. So we'll see how this change affects it. I still expect it'll be pretty good though. Then as far as attachment changes go, basically they modified the faster fire rate barrels for the M16 and the Cold War AUG. So you can get a little bit faster fire rates than you used to be able to get with these barrels. So I think with the M16's recoil change and this increase in fire rate, it's gonna be okay. I've said it a million times. I just wish they wouldn't balance it with low bullet velocity. It's very frustrating to use a low bullet velocity gun. I'd rather it not hit very hard at range and be accurate rather than not being able to hit shots on people that are moving and serpentining around trying not to be hit. But obviously we'll check all this out tomorrow. I just want to get a quick video out for you guys on my thoughts on the patch notes. I like most of these changes. I think they're going to be good for the game. We'll get all the details for you tomorrow and get another video out and get the website updated so you can play with all this stuff. But hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.